Members of APC, TINUBU support groups, members of the National Assembly here present, all APC members, civil society groups, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This is to call the attention of all the Nigerian public over the recent political developments surrounding the activities of certain individuals and uninformed groups naming themselves as critics, opposition parties, and egocentric community reject political actors, grouping themselves under the platform of certain political parties in partnership with a few politically displaced individuals seek relevance through opportunistic alignment with ADC, NDC, PDP, among other political parties. We at TGSC Project 2027 find it necessary to clearly state that current maneuvering by these characterized self-centered individuals attempting to infiltrate the reposition themselves within the ADC, NDC, and other political parties are deeply concerning. These political actors are not new to the Nigerian political space. They are well known for their past records of poor leadership, lack of ideological consistencies, and betrayal of public trust. It is on record that many of these individuals have over time moved from one political platform to another, not out of principles or service to the people, but purely for personal greedy gain. Their sudden regrouping under the ADC, NDC, and other political parties' banner is not a sign of political rebirth, but rather a continuation of a certain pattern of self-serving opportunism. Nigerians must not forget that these same individuals contributed significantly to the political and economic challenges the country is now facing. Their past involvement in governance left behind legacies of weakened institutions, mismanaged public resources, and the broken trust between leadership and the citizens. Furthermore, while we acknowledge that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu introduced bold and necessary economic reforms aimed at long-term national stability, we also recognize that certain gaps in implementation and communication have created opportunities for misinformed and political manipulation based on which the opposition's use to misguide lessly informed, innocent grassroots communities. It is precisely these gaps that opportunistic opposition's elements are now exploiting to mislead innocent Nigerians and distort the genuine intentions of the ongoing renewal of reforms. We must also be honest to ourselves within our ranks. Past shortcomings by some APC stakeholders, including overconfidence, disconnect from the grassroots realities, and insufficient engagement with the citizens, have inadvertently given rooms for such opposition narratives to gain traction. This must be corrected with urgency, sincerity, and strategic grassroots engagement. These realities informed the earlier positions of TGSC, as we mentioned in 2023, where we clearly warned Nigerians about the emergence of politically recycled actors and individuals lacking credibility, direction, and a genuine commitment to national development. Today, this development have proven our stand in that 2023 positions. TGSC 2027 was therefore established as a patriotic intervention to bridge the gap between government policies and the people, to support the practical implementation of economic and poverty reduction initiatives, to ensure that the true objectives of national reforms are clearly understood and felt by the grassroots citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, we are TINUBU Grassroots Support for Continuity Project 2027, abbreviated as TGSC Project 27. We are a political movement and a project created by APC Advocacy and Appeasement Group, due to which we invite all Nigerians, most especially the right-thinking patriotic ones, to join us as a people-driven project dedicated to the progress, unity, sustainable development of Nigeria. TGSC is a patriotic creation of politically conscious, non-greedy, honest, and visionary Nigerians who strongly believe that leadership and administration continuity remains the most effective socio-political pathway to achieving real, genuine national greatness. Our mission is clearly to support and ensure the continuity of President TINUBU administration remains beyond 2027. Not because we know him, but because our independent assessment on his administration proves that TINUBU administration represents a viable and honest template for progressive governance and national transformation. Let it be clearly stated that TGSC is not a creation of President TINUBU or his political structure. We are not anyone's stooges, but concerned visionary patriotic Nigerians who care about Nigeria. We are not sponsored, we are not imposed, and we are not begging for sponsorship. We are a voluntary patriotic political concern project that, based on conviction and evidences, chosen to use the current TINUBU administration as the best political vehicle to pioneer a new culture of purposeful continuity in Nigerian leadership. While President TINUBU may be aware of our existence of TGSC Project 27, no approval clearly or clearance or directives was sought from him or any of his allies. However, as responsible party members, we have ensured that our volunteering activities are not hidden from the leadership of our party, the APC. Our position. TGSC is a political awareness and practical empowerment project birthed by APC Advocacy and Appeasement Group after carefully reviewed the performance of the current President TINUBU administration. Our support to President TINUBU's style of administration is not symbolic. It is a deliberate, sacrificial, and rooted in conviction. We invest our personal resources, intellectual capacity, and physical presence for the following reasons. The current TINUBU administration has demonstrated political courage by confronting long-standing economic distortion that the previous government avoided. 2. Policies aim at restructuring the economy through, though temporarily painful, and necessary foundation for long-term national stability. TGSC recognizes that true leadership is not about popularity, but about responsibility. We support continuity because abandoning these reforms midway will reverse progress and deepen national hardship. 2. Foundation for long-term economic recovery. We have observed that TINUBU administration policies are not short-term populist gestures, but structural economic corrections. From physical realignment to revenue optimization and infrastructural investment, these efforts are laying foundation that requires time, consistency, and continuity to yield full results. TGSC is investing in continuity because economic transformation is a process, not an event. 3. Strategic national and international repositioning. Nigeria's global standing is being recalibrated through calculated diplomatic engagement and economic partnership. We are backing this administration because it is repositioning Nigeria as a serious and strategic player in international affairs, attracting opportunities that requires policy stability to mature. 4. Inclusive governance and the national balance. The administrations reflects a deliberate attempt to balance Nigerian diversity across regions, religions, and social interests. TGSC believes that sustaining national unity requires a leadership style that is broad-minded and accommodating rather than exceptional or divisive. 5. Political resilience and strategic capacity. President TINUBU's emergence in 2023 was not accidental. It was a product of mass strategic endurance, political intelligence, and resilience against overwhelming oppositions. TGSC supports President TINUBU's continuity because leadership capacity has already been tested and proven under pressure. 6. Preventing policy disruption and governance instability. Nigerians have suffered repeatedly from upward policy reversals whenever administration change. Every disruption resets progress, wastes resources, and weakens institutions. TGSC is investing its resources to ensure continuity because national development cannot thrive under constant policy discontinuity. 7. Correcting the gap between government efforts and the grassroots impact. Despite the multi-trillion naira disbursement by President TINUBU administration to some federal institutions, state government, and local government to counter poverty and hardship, the expected grassroots impact has not been fully realized. This gap is not necessarily President TINUBU's failure of intent, but of political transmission and implementation's breakdown. TGSC is stepping in physically, intellectually, and financially to bridge this gap by taking government achievement directly to the people, countering misinformation and opposition's narrative, translating policy into relatable grassroots understanding, exercising practical business empowerment. 8. Safeguarding TINUBU administration against political complacency. History has shown that administration can lose public trust, not because they failed completely, but because they assume success without strategic engagement, as may be influenced by power intoxication and overconfidence. Same which ills made the past PDP administration and the American Democrat Party proven victims. TGSC is investing its energy to ensure that no such power intoxication and the leadership overconfidence weakens the current TINUBU administration chances of winning 2027 presidential election. We are acting as a disciplined force and strategic support system with undoubtable votes figure of at least 670 votes from each ward across the country. These are numbers of votes which no state governor, minister, political appointees, or members of the National Assembly can contribute to President TINUBU and the APC in 2027. But the TGSC has been nationwide rooted to provide such kind of votes across the nation. The TGSC also has made it possible without any financial inducement from the party or presidential stakeholders. The national interest above personal gain. Unlike many political actors, TGSC members are not motivated by contract, political appointments, or financial rewards. Our investment is personal because our belief is genuine. We are driven by national interest, generational responsibility, and patriotic duty. Unlike other sponsored TINUBU APC support groups, TGSC represents a shift from passive political participation to active, responsible citizens. We are demonstrating that nation building is not the sole responsibility of elected officials, but also of committed citizens willing to contribute resources, ideas, and efforts. Why we consider our intervention necessary? While we acknowledge the strengths of President TINUBU administration, we maintain that to win 2027 presidential election, political coordination needs strengthening. Grassroots connection must practically be deepened. Strategic communication must be improved. However, TGSC exists to complement, not to compete, to strengthen, not to undermine, to make TINUBU administration be re-elected and re-inaugurated peacefully in 2027. Our capacity and commitment. TGSC is a structured nationwide network with measurable grassroots reach, working to complete engagement of 27 eminent political personalities as TGSC mission loyalists in each polling unit across Nigeria. TGSC minimum projection of votes it can give to President TINUBU re-election in 2027 is at least 670 votes from each ward of at least 8,217 wards across the country. TGSC is zero dependence on excessive campaign funding. We are not about falsification of assignment, posters, banner, or bogus extravagant function budget. TGSC is a disciplined, innovative, people-oriented, less cost, intellectually strategized campaign platform. Practical empowerment. TGSC designs strategic partnership with relevant bodies for grassroots, nano, and micro business practical empowerment and interventions to support at least 100 women and youth in each of the 774 local government areas across the nation in the name and honor of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Today, we are here to receive and unveil the list package of carefully selected 21,000 grassroots citizens of Kebbi State as the approved beneficiaries of the proposed TGSC project, Practical Micro Business Empowerment. Our message to the Nigerians: support TGSC, support continuity, support stability, support national awareness and progress, support President TINUBU administration's continuity. Continuity is not blind loyalty. It is a strategic decision for sustainable development. Conclusion. Our investment is not casual. It is not political gambling. It is not blind allegiance. It is a calculated, informed, patriotic commitment backed by our personal funds, our intellectual resources, our physical presence across communities. Our determination is genuine. Our strategy is unique. Our mission is patriotic. Our goal is real. We are not about the political personality of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu alone. We are about the positive style of administrative legacy and the initiative he brought for Nigerian progress. Together, let us build a Nigeria that works for today and for generations to come. Our appeal to APC leadership and presidential campaign promoters. We request APC leadership and presidential campaign team to pay priority to support groups instead of wasting larger sum of money on individuals whose relevance to the community has for long been expired. We want them to pay special considerations and strategize the inter-community political functions that should be designed for support groups and be strategically monitored at levels of their engagement. Thank you, and the best wish. I wish each and everyone journey mercy back home.